Hello everybody, it's Sunny. How are we all doing today? It's Connor. We're back here with some more Leeds United news, with some more discussion, some more discourse, some more debate on the fantastic club that we all support, LUFC Leeds United. As you can tell, my hair is growing back and you can still get a fresh fade on that sort of thing, everybody. Don't you worry about that. Even when there's no hair to be had, I can still find a fade out of nowhere. And talking about fade, we are fading into the season. I mean, you'd be fading out. Can you fade into a season? I think you can. We're fading into a season. Leeds United versus Valencia. Very excited for this one. I'm genuinely still debating. I'm still debating whether or not to get 2 tickets heading down there tomorrow. I just love pre-season. I love pre-season. The thing is with the watch-alongs, everybody, I can't immerse myself in Leeds United as much as I'd want to do, but I feel like I'm going to do the watch-alongs this season. I've been to and fro, and I might sometimes head on Welland Road. I've got my memberships, but I'll try get down to Welland Road as much as I can, but I know there is an audience out there for watch-alongs. You ask me on the Patreon, you ask me in the Instagram DMs, in the Facebook DMs, Connor, why don't you do watch-alongs? I just love going down to Leeds. I love going down, but I know you guys enjoy it. So look, I'm gonna try and do watch-alongs. We've got one set up for tomorrow against Valencia, although I am fighting against my inner demon to not just scrap it off and head on down there. But we will be doing a watch-along, so come catch us tomorrow from around about 2:30 p.m. It'll be an absolute pleasure to share that with you guys. And this is it. I'm excited now. It's the eve of it, and a lot of you might be saying, well, Connor, it doesn't matter. You know, it's not the start of the season tomorrow, but it kind of is. And let me tell you why. With Valencia tomorrow, we are going to get such an indication on where Leeds are going to be going with this starting 11. If you see Joseph starting in that front line, you're probably going to see that against Portsmouth. Nonto on the left, you're going to see that against Portsmouth, hopefully, if he sticks around, which I'm so excited for. Rutter on the right, oh man, imagine seeing that. And then Joel Peru in the central space. And I feel like this is becoming more and more likely now because of obviously the movement that we've seen when it comes to Crescencio Summerville, and we'll get into that in just a second. But not only that, but the movement of Joel Peru. Now we know he's not going to be the starting number 9. We still need convincing that Pat Bamford isn't going to be that starting number 9 in general, but I feel Peru is definitely going to take a bit of a back step in terms of that number 10 role, which is really, really exciting. So let's get on to the main news that we're going to be seeing today, and Valencia chat will come, obviously. But as I say, really excited for this one tomorrow. It's going to be a proper test, I think, with Valencia. Hanover, Schalke, obviously they've been second-tier football teams, but we know Valencia, massive team out in Spain, top 4 in terms of size, top 5 in terms of size, you would say. And it's going to be a real test for Leeds tomorrow. If we can come through this with a decent result, a decent performance, some goals. I mean, we've scored, 6 in Germany, conceded 1. Great little record out there now. Won both games, both away from home as well. So really a lot of positives to take away from this pre-season, in my opinion. The performances that we've seen against Harrogate as well, when it comes to like Willie Gnonto and others. So it's all really good stuff. So I think the thing that I'm looking forward to against Valencia was maybe a little bit of pragmatism. Are we going to vary from formation to formation? And what I mean by that is the 3-4-3 to the 4-2-3-1, or are we going to stay consistent through the game with a 4-2-3-1? I think Leeds throughout this season are going to stick with a 4-2-3-1 because simply we're going to be the attacking team, and I think maybe a few people are maybe misinterpreting why we're going to be going to a 3-4-3. I think that's just going to be variation in game. But the 4-2-3-1 is going to be very much the outset formation, in my opinion, week in, week out, because Leeds are going to be going to win games week in, week out, not draw them. But yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see Aronson, Peru, but I'm really looking forward to seeing Mr. Joseph in that 9, I have to say. But the news anyway, let's get on to Crescencio Somerville. Apparently, he was set for his 2nd stage of the medical. Now, there was problems, everyone, and we've not seen this finalised. I got in contact with someone who is about as official as Daniel Farker at Leeds United. And I'm looking to have this contact, but they said to me that the fee is not finalised yet. And as I've said to you guys before, don't worry, there is a month left, okay, when it comes to signings. So we heard from Leeds Live this morning that Leeds are going to be looking to replace Somerville with a high calibre replacement. I think that's pretty obvious, but does that take away the loans? Interesting. We were speaking yesterday about Raksaki on the players that Leeds are going to be targeting. but that is a high calibre replacement, and it also gives competition across the front line for Nonto, for Aronson, for Peru, for all of them. So I think Rak-Sakyi would be classified in that high calibre department. And the reason I've mentioned Rak-Sakyi is literally because he was reported by Lyle Thomas of Sky Sports yesterday, suggesting that Leeds were looking at him alongside Burnley, alongside Sheffield United, because look, this guy he's going to be a top talent, but Palace don't want to let him go. You know, Palace do not want to let him go. They are willing to let him go out on loan, and how good he is there's so much clamour for him, and all he's done, and I say all he's done, but he's had a fantastic campaign with Charlton in League One. He didn't go up with Charlton, he didn't get Player of the Year with Charlton, but everybody knows what they've seen is dynamite, which is then, you know, seen Southampton actually move for him on a permanent, so a literal 2-league jump in terms of Palace wanting to keep hold of him and potentially start him this season or the season afterwards, and Southampton actually going in for a transfer, which will not be cheap. So this shows the calibre of this kid, and I'd be really excited if we got Rak-Sakyi, I really would. But a lot of the players who I've mentioned in the video yesterday, which I'd urge you all to watch, would all fit Leeds. And the reason they'd fit Leeds, I've put them in the video to tell you guys why, where, and how they would fit. And I definitely urge you to go watch that. But Gabriel Sara, what do we know about him? So I've asked a few questions this morning. He is not going to Galatasaray, of which was the strongest link. He doesn't want to go out there, and it will probably be a bid of 20 plus, of which we know. We'll get him out of Norwich. Obviously, you know, every single club is a selling club, but I just don't see Leeds putting up that capital. I just don't see it. I think, you know, they would rather obviously go like for like, and you do wonder with the news with Lyle Thomas, who was discussing, you know, Leeds replacing Summerville with a high caliber replacement. Is that going to be like for like position wise, or is it just going to be a high caliber player coming into the side? I would suggest with the Rak-Sakyi rumours heating up, it is going to be a little bit more stronger towards actually replacing Somerville instead of going for an 8 and a 10, which would disappoint me, but I think it would definitely signpost the Leeds United putting pure faith into the likes of Joel Peru in that number 10 this season, of which I do think, and I'm going to predict this, I think Peru's going to get more goals than last season. And this is where it's going to be good for Leeds, everybody. I feel with the squad even right now, the goals are going to be spread round so much more. And will we replace the Somerville goals? Well, maybe not as much as he gave us and the goal involvements that he gave us. But there is definitely an argument that we're going to spread those goals round 100%. So Sara, it looks like he's not going to be moving on unless it's 20 plus million, which I can't see Leeds doing. Galatasaray apparently can't afford the fee. And what do we know about Somerville so far, everybody? As of nearly 1 o'clock on this Friday afternoon, he's due for the second part of his medical, but there's a problem when it comes to his contract length. Somerville wants 5, West Ham are looking to offer 4, but on top of that the fee is not agreed, which is kind of a good thing. And it did give me a little bit of speculation really, because I was thinking, do you remember when it was Archie? We were all a little bit like, well, he's gone to Brentford. They've activated that release clause. They were having a party about it down in West London. And Leeds it was coming out from the sources. It was Romano, it was all of the trusted sources. He was putting it out there. They were putting it out there, I should say. And then out of nowhere, Spurs came and he was going to Spurs. So I wonder if this is a bit of a technique by Leeds United. Could it potentially be a technique to, you know, your fees agreed, a club as Leeds have leaked it to the media almost, yeah, it's 25 million quid. And then a club comes in later on and goes, all right, we'll offer you 30, 35. Leeds did that. They 100% did that with Brentford and Tottenham. So I wonder if they're doing that again. It's definitely something to think about, everybody. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. We've got another Patreon episode coming, and I would like to say this at the end of the video, everybody. We are looking for local businesses to sponsor the channel. Now, we're in contact with a couple, well, 2 or 3 now, actually, which I'm really excited to bring to the channel, sorting out a few bits. But if you would like, as a local business, I know loads of you watch this and I want to get a charity on if I can, of which, you know, won't be a sponsor, it'll be free. But I would really encourage you to get in the email or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and yeah, get in contact with me, One Leeds HQ. We've got loads of things that we can offer, but I'd like to say this anyway because I want to build up this community vibe. Again, we've got it on the Patreon, we've got it on the YouTube channel, of course, and we've got it everywhere else. We've got Gavin, who's part of the One Leeds family and the Leeds United family, part of the community as well, who helps us with the merchandise. We've got Football Prizes on board now, who are a Leeds-based business, and we've got a couple of others who I'm in conversation with. But if you are a Leeds business, a local Leeds business, please get in contact if you would like to hear a little bit more about this, because I want to get you guys on board. And that's what we're trying to cultivate, the community vibe here. So let me know in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you in a bit.